Yo, what's poppin', y'all? Welcome to the Gray Area Podcast, where we talk about situations and things that are rarely talked about for whatever reason. Y'all, it's been hectic. A lot of people have been messaging saying, "Oh, how come you don't do the show?" Listen, I got school, all kind of things going on. So y'all know we just got a little bit of sense of normalcy in the Bahamas. So y'all know how it is. So tonight's topic. I think this is gonna be a good one. I think we should do like two nights. Poverty, a mindset, a reality, and a lie. Mm. This right here, this topic for me is very, very interesting because a lot of people aren't going to agree with it, and a lot of people are going to have their own point of views, which is fine because you all know this is what the Gray Area Podcast is about. Now, this isn't often talked about. I don't know why we don't talk about it or why we are scared to talk about it, but this is something that we need to talk about, like poverty. A lot of times we always in conversations, like daily conversations, talking to one another, talking to our peers, and we like, oh, I ain't got no money, I poor, dog. You know what I mean? Like, we actually saying we poor. I mean, and then there are some people that they don't even have half of the things we have, if you understand what I'm saying. And then you have that category that they want to be poor so bad. They just looking for a handout. So if you're here on the Gray Area Podcast, you all know to support the page. You all know what to do. Just share the page, invite a friend, tell a friend, and let's talk about it. Now, and shout out to everybody that watches it live and that watches it after. Thank you for the support, and thank you for the shares and likes and views. Now, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. What do you guys consider to be poor? We need to start off with that. What is poor, or what is poverty? Now, a lot of people like to get away with, like to get away with calling themselves poor, or basically claiming poverty. You know, so what is to be what is it what does it mean to be poor, or what does it mean to go through poverty? Like, we always saying these things. Like, I had a conversation the other day with this dude, right? He's like, "Hey, dog, I so broke." I say, "Man, well, at least you broke and you ain't poor." And he was like, "What? I ain't rich. I poor." I was like, "You poor?" He's like, "Dog, you could afford rent." He's like, "Oh, that don't mean nothing. I still poor. I still poor, dog. I still poor." I say, "Well, mother flip." I say, "Okay then." So that Jones that begging for dollar on the light, what is he? He poor too. He just another level of poor. I a high grade. I'm a high grade of poor, and he's just another level of poor. So I was like, so we classing it as levels to being poor now. It's either you poor or you ain't poor. So which is it? And he kind of he got a little upset. "Oh, boy, dog." He said something. "Oh, you work for the system, eh?" Y'all know how when you talking to these street people, you know what I mean? They always think you trying to support trying to support the system. Hmm. And we had a disagreement back and forth, and he basically was saying that I support the system. How can I support the system when I'm just giving straight facts? I'm just Okay, now let me read. Oh Lord. Okay, I already got a WhatsApp messages. Don't worry, I'll start posting and highlighting the comments. Okay, let me read my first comment. "Good night. This is a good subject for me because I think I am poor. I'm not rich. I can't afford a Benz. I can't afford a Mercedes, and I can't afford a Jaguar. So that means I'm poor. When I marry that rich man, then I'll become rich. As of now, I am poor." Let me highlight these comments. What's poppin', Sonny? What's poppin', kid? Hi, Mike. No, man, these already out. And you're right. Too many people manifesting poverty in their life. Oh, we getting somewhere. Okay, the first WhatsApp messages, the message that came in actually said, because she can't afford the things that she wants to afford, that makes her poor. So I guess the definition of poverty is if you can't afford those expensive and luxury things that you don't need, which in that you want, you are poor. Message one. Let's go. I'm going to try again through these messages so we can lay this foundation. Message two. I don't claim poverty. I might not be rich, but I'm not poor. I've seen people that are without shelter, without food, and without water, and they're begging on the street. That is my definition of poverty. I am nowhere close to begging, nor am I close to being homeless. We as Bahamians, matter of fact, as humans, need to stop this thing whereas we claim poverty. I don't understand why somebody would want to be poor. We are not poor. We are well off. Yes, the opposite of rich is poor. If you're not rich, it doesn't mean that you're poor. You have food, you have shelter, you have clothes, you have a sound mind. How could you be poor? I wish these people would post on Facebook so I could highlight their name. Okay. So basically, friends, saying if you have a house, you have a home, you have a shelter, you have these things, how are you poor? It's like Bahamians like to claim poverty. Tevin says, stop claiming poverty over your life. Facts. Straight facts. Anyway, let me go. I like to start off with definition because English is my favorite subject. Let's look at the term poverty. Let's look at the definition, sorry. Poverty. Listen now, listen. The definition of poverty is the state of being extremely poor. Y'all hear that word they put in there? Poverty is the state of being extremely poor. Okay, let's go to definition two. The state of being inferior in quality or insufficient in amount. Okay, now let me read. I like this meaning right here from Investopedia.com. Poverty is a state or condition in which a person or community lacks the financial resources and essential for a minimum standard of living. A minimum standard of living. So that means we who have a minimum standard of living, how are we poor? Is poverty a mindset for some of us? Is it a reality? Or is it just blatantly a lie? Let me get to these comments. Sonny says, people be speaking it into existence. I agree. Like we call poverty on us. We eating every day. Some of us smoking 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 joints a day. Some of us drinking Hennessy every day. Hennessy is like $50 a bottle or 60, depends on where you go. We could drink and we could drink and smoke and eat like 5 to 6 to 10 times a day, but yet we still claiming we poor. Tevin took the religious aspect. Tevin said, even the Bible says your mouth can speak life and death. So basically, life and death is the power of the tongue. Some of us don't even know what it means to be poor or to go through poverty. All right, now let me read. Let me read. I gotta get some of these texts because these the hot. Let me read one of the hot ones. I identify as poor. Why do I identify as poor? I could barely pay my rent and I could barely keep my light on. So that means I am poor. I am working from paycheck to paycheck. The only thing I can afford is grocery. So what does that make me? I am the definition of poor and I am going through poverty. When I have enough money to pay for my own house, to never have my light disconnected, then I will no longer be poor. For now, living from paycheck to paycheck is considered poor. Boy, we got a lot of definition. We got a lot of definitions of poverty. Summary. Basically, Fran is saying because she can't afford these things and she's working, living from paycheck to paycheck, working, that means she is poor until she has sufficient funds where she can pay off a mortgage and never have have a lights turned off, then that means she is poor. Anyway, y'all, welcome to the Gray Area Podcast, where we talk about situations and things that are rarely talked about for whatever reason. Yes, we've been missing for a while. A lot of things been going on. I'm just trying to balance it. Just trying to balance everything. So now, Fran, let me go back to what Fran just said. Fran basically said, until she has enough funds to pay for a house and to never get a light turned off, and where she no longer lives from paycheck to paycheck, then she won't be poor. So as far as she's concerned, she falls under the category of poverty. Now, the key thing that she said for me is working. Whether you working paycheck to paycheck, how are you poor? You still have enough to buy grocery. What happened to those people? If you consider yourself poor, right, friend? If you consider yourself poor, then what are those people that are on the street begging, that don't even live from paycheck to paycheck? They don't have a job. They don't have nothing to sustain them. So what are those people? If we are classing ourselves as poor, right? And we have so much of these things going on. So how are we poor? What's popping, O'Neill? What's popping, KJ? Poverty, a mindset, a reality, and a lie. Let's start with the mindset. We're going to break these things down right now. We, as people in the 242, we have this mindset, right? We have this mindset that any political party that comes in is supposed to take care of us, basically fund our lives, whereas we go out, spend all of our monies, buy whatever we want to buy that don't make sense. And then we expect to turn around and say, the government didn't do nothing for me. I still broke. I ain't got no money. I poor. The government ain't doing nothing for me. What is the government supposed to do for you technically? The government is supposed to basically provide jobs or resources. But if you're working and you squandering your money, you buying all these lavish things that you don't need, help me understand. Like, I had a conversation with somebody, right? And I was like, man, the next election is going to be something, because a lot of people don't know where they're going. Whether they're going red, blue, or green. Red, yellow, or green. Sorry, red, yellow, or green, right? And he said, man, look here. I voting for whoever, give me money. And I was like, so what happens when they come into power and they won't be able to give you any more money? What are you going to do for yourself? But that's why we vote them in, dog, so they can help me out. I was like, okay. Okay. So we basically elect people and put them into power so they can help us out financially. So if you, right? If you yourself, you waiting on a handout from the government to basically supply you with finances. Can you imagine the government? Let's say let's count 30 homes. Can you imagine the government providing financial assistance for 30 homes on a regular basis? Come on, man. Come on. We have a mindset to remain poor because let me tell you why I say we have a mindset to remain poor. It is a mindset. Poverty is a mindset. Here's why I say it's a mindset, right? We don't work and we don't intend to look for a job. We are waiting on the minister of parliament to come through and to offer us a job rather than us take the initiative to go out there and seek a job. And we chilling on the blocks every other day, or we chilling at home every other day, and we saying, "Oh, bro, but ain't nobody doing nothing for me, dog. I ain't got no job." And you went looking for a job? No, but they supposed to get me a job. What? If you're not looking for a job, how are you supposed to get a job? Even if your member of parliament is supposed to get you a job, you didn't even take 1 second out of your time to go and visit his office to see what he could do for you. You sitting there begging for $1 or begging for $3 to buy one joint or to buy some bongy weed. And you expect the government to just come out and and give you what? Pay you like what? $1,000 for what? $1,000 every month to do what? To what? I mean, help me understand. Help me understand. So poverty for a lot of us is a mindset. We program our brain to make us believe that we are poor when we ain't. Or we have this mindset to be poor. Like the way we act, the way we carry ourselves is just for us to receive poverty. I know I'm not poor. I'm not poor. All right. Baller, come like you dissing the program, dog. It's the government responsibility to pay us. We put them in power. They work for us. So they got to pay us, dog. If I ain't working, why should I go looking for a job? And why should I go looking for a job when I put my member in parliament to take care of me? You dissing the thing, dog. You act like you never been from the streets, or you never was around ghetto people before. Dog, their job is to provide for us. It ain't for us to provide for them. They supposed to make sure we straight. Oh my flicking gosh. What is going on today? Homie said I dissing the thing. I dissing the thing because they supposed to man, hold on, man. I don't have to summarize that. He basically spoke for himself. Homie say they work for us. So I ain't getting into that. So if you didn't have an income, what are you then? Daddy. I see why someone said it's level. Everyone has their own definition of the struggle. For me, whether my bills are paid or not, as long as I'm healthy in every aspect of my life, I'm not poor. Just saying. That's her opinion and her views. Priorities, but that's another topic for another day. Facts. Driving 2019 Honda, living in clapboard house, no light, no water, and the latest D-word iPhone. Mother sec. Somebody mashing going tonight. Driving 2019 Honda, priorities. Living in clapboard house, priorities. No light, no water, and the latest iPhone. Y'all on fire tonight. And when you ask them what they do for work, they say anything, man. I just need something. But they are unskilled laborers. Mother sec, unskilled laborers. Lord, the street message is coming for this one tonight. Just hold on now. Let me. We clearly poor in mindset. Oh man, O'Neill, you're preaching. If you're willing to wait, especially if you're waiting on someone wealthy to share all their wealth with you, while you do what with your funds? Mother flip. Poverty. A mindset, a reality, and a lie. Let me read this again. Well, clearly, poor in mindset, especially if you're waiting on someone wealthy to share all their wealth with you. While you do what with your funds? Man, I like this right here. We are poor in mindset. We claim poverty. Our mindsets are poverty. It's like we still have the slave mentality program in our brain, whereas, okay, my slave master is supposed to take care of me. No, you're supposed to go out there and do what you got to do to make your ends meet. No, but I poor, dog. I ain't got no money, dog. I poor. Okay, what's poppin', McKen? I'm here. I'm poor. homie that said he put his MP in power to look out for him don't understand how the thing's set. Look for work, fam. Listen, poverty, a mindset, a reality, and a lie. We on point one, a mindset. Y'all, if you're here, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, share the feed, like, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Y'all, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. We getting into this tonight. Poverty is just when your expenses exceed your income. Oh, I love this one. You notice the people that cry poor, they got the latest Jordans. They got the latest iPhones, like Long Island said. They got the latest everything. They Nike from head to toe. I don't wear Nike. From head to toe, they Nike down. Everything Nike. Pants Nike, shirt Nike. But yeah, they saying they poor. Poor, dog. I ain't working. Dudes ain't working and got Honda, the latest Hondas, iPhone. But yet they crying poor, waiting on someone to give them a handout. You poor, right? Poor in mindset. Let's go. It's a mindset because they believe it takes a great rich knight to rescue them and make them wealthy. That's our mindset. We feel as though everybody who has money entitled to give us their money. No, it don't work like that. Y'all see these MPs? Every year I hear the same cry. Every year I hear the same. After every election, I hear the same cry. Boy, I voting for who? Do something for me. They come here. They run their politics game. They give you a little $100 and buy you a case of beer. Now you feel like you're the biggest, baddest person in the world. You got $100. You got a case of beer. They did something for you. Then when they come to power, you ain't even trying to get a job from your MP. You just sitting waiting until they come back on the blocks to give you another handout again. No, I don't work like that. That's a poor mindset. That's why you poor. Your mindset. That's where it is. Yo, anyway. Trying to get here because I know my WhatsApp phone. Oh Lord. Facts. No, I'm poor in funds. Except facts. Poverty is just when your expenses exceed your income. Oh, I think I read that already. All right. Let's go. All right. All right, let's go. Prophet, I don't care what you say. Prophet, I don't care what you say. I'm poor, dog. I don't care what you say. I'm poor, dog. Just because you got a government just because you got a government job, that don't mean you got to look down on the brothers. Bruh, it's the member of parliament or whoever in power. It's their job to make sure that we straight. If they ain't making sure we straight, what we put them there for? That's just my 5 cents. Ain't everybody got a government job like you, dog. They got to make sure we straight. I don't care if it's $100. I don't care if it's $200 to $1,000. That's our money. They owe us that. They owe us that. They owe us that. Oh, they owe us that. Stop dissing by prophet. It ain't like you don't know how the struggle go. We put these people in power to look out for us, and that's what it is. If it's anything else, y'all confused. What y'all think people put people in power for? For what they gonna do for them, and that's what it is. Some Bahamians will never vote for another party, bro. Some Bahamians will never vote for another party, bro. You know why? Because whatever party come in power, look for them and do something for them. That's how it is, dog. And it ain't gonna change. And it that's how it is, dog. And it ain't gonna change. I had to read that just how he wrote it. Lord, what a time today. The average Bahamian mindset is that the people that are in power politically are here to show funds. I don't understand what's popping here. That's more than one person that say we vote these people to do something for us. I don't understand. Like, what's going on? Somebody need to explain to me. Like, I don't know, like where we got this mindset from. So what? We put these people in power so they could just take care of us financially. I don't understand. We shouldn't work. Just chill out and wait on them just to bring us something. And listen, I don't want anybody to feel like I dissing. I'm not dissing. I was one of the very fortunate ones to get my job. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for my job. But at the same time, right? We got to keep it 100. We got to keep it 1,000. Come on, man. We can't be sitting around, right? And if the homies feel insulted, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna be apologetic for my opinion and my views. So if the homies feel some type of way, then it is what it is. What, y'all gonna kill me, bruh? It's not the government's job to provide for anybody. The government is in power to run the country so the country could be economically stable, so we can survive and do all other things that I don't even want to get too deep into politics right now. The government is not going to go into the treasury and take out $1,000 and give you every month for doing nothing. No. Now, if you say now you want to become a civil servant, then yeah. But bruh, I don't care who's offended and I don't care who's mad or who's angry or who feels some type of way. It's not the government's job to give you money. Even though he said, let me just check this. People vote for specific parties for what they can do for them. That ain't gonna change. Whether or not that's factual or whether or not that's accurate, it doesn't change the fact that it doesn't change the facts. If we have over 30,000 people, can you imagine the government giving 30,000 individuals money every month or week to do what? Nothing? Well, y'all crazy, dog. Y'all on some serious drugs, and it can't be marijuana because marijuana don't make people stupid like that. And if you feel insulted, oh my gosh, if you feel insulted, then your skin too thin. You need to toughen up. It's not the government's. That's the way they're poor in the mindset. We class ourselves as poor because we don't want to do nothing for ourselves. We want to be spoon fed all our lives, and we come on, man. I can't believe. I just can't. I just let me read some of these Facebook comments because Mike, you all serious? Some people have no vision. Oh shucks. Some people have no vision. The government providing resources. How are you trying to benefit from it? Y'all waiting on it to fall in your laps, mother flip fox. No matter who's elected, if you don't have the vision to go anywhere, you're going to stay right where you are. Poor. The homie's coming for me tonight. This is the most these dudes ever comment. I don't understand. I just come on, man. Let me read this again. Some people have no vision. The government providing resources. How are you trying to benefit from it? Y'all waiting on it to fall in your laps, no matter who's elected. If you don't have the vision to go anywhere, you're going to stay right where you are. Poor. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. I'm getting to these. I'm getting to these, y'all. It's a lot of comments on the screen, so y'all have to just give me some time to read them. Just give me some time. I'll get to them. I'll get to them. Mm. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. McKin says not necessarily Lashante. Okay, I'm getting to this now. When you're trying to obtain wealth, you have to have self-control. But most people don't have that discipline. Everything they see they want and they want it now. Nobody want to wait or work anymore. Not everybody now. I mean, some people. KJ agreeing with you. Mm. Some get a job and save money to buy a PS5. When they meet that goal, they either quit the job, mother sick, O'Neill, you speaking facts, or cause or cause themselves to be unemployed. Let me read that again. Some people get a job and save money to buy a PS5. Mother flip, I know somebody just like this. When PS4 came out, they got a job just for that PS4 and they quit. Mother flip. When they meet that goal, they either quit the job or cause themselves to be unemployed. That drive they have to earn the PS4 is what it takes to get rich. Facts. Facts. I like this. That same drive. It's not the government job to make sure you straight. It is their job to create the opportunities. What you do with it is up to you. All some people looking for is an easy way out. Facts. Their priorities are effed up. Man, listen, I'm getting these comments, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into the Gray Area Podcast, where we talk about situations and things that are rarely talked about for whatever reason. Y'all know what to do. Share, share, share. Invite a friend, tell a friend, and let's talk about it. This topic, oh man, this topic even pissing some people off in these chats. Y'all gotta give me some time so I could read all of these. I wasn't expecting all of these, I wasn't expecting so much comments in my WhatsApp. How you want things and don't have no money and don't want work? Why you got to screw your face up like so? Because this serious stuff, brown eyes. Serious. Poverty is not only a mindset, it is a socioeconomic thing, which I honestly don't understand fully. That has its definition. All this head canon as if these people are supposed to look out for you, especially look out for you, all caps specifically, is garbage. They are supposed to create opportunity and means to take advantage of said opportunities, not call your phone and tell you to show up on Monday. Mother flip. Facts. Y'all spitting straight facts. Because look at the homies coming for me. Why the government can't do that if they pocketing my money? They're not pocketing all the money. One person pocketing the money compared to giving the 30,000. We'll be broke. Y'all think we got downgraded? We'll be broke if the government was to provide for everybody and everybody just not work. I don't know how Bahamians poor and the Bahamas rich. That's another topic right there. They can if they stop selling our resources for little or nothing. Even with, let's say, if they stop selling our resources, right? And if these money, it still will be impossible for the government just to hand out monies. Like it's gonna be impossible. Like the government is not entitled to give out money. That's just how I feel. I mean, facts. See people agreeing. If I go in to sell my vote, it will be for a kingdom and not a promise of a kingdom. Get that kingdom and more. That MP can keep his promise or breakfast money. Facts. A little $100, that get me a couple conch fritters and conch snack and stuff like that. And that goes away. Oh, that's sick. We stuck on the mindset. We look like we gotta continue to mud dope. Yo. Mm, mm. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Hi, Jay. I have to disagree with you. Most people that are agreeing on the internet right now, y'all are a part of the problems. We have allowed the government to spend our monies. Y'all are a part of the problem. We allow the government to spend our monies and they can't give us a dollar out of our monies. It's the people's monies. So why can't they give us a stipend out of our monies? I am poor and I am not afraid to say it. Yes, I have a house and all the necessary stuff to survive. That doesn't mean I'm rich. I'm not saying that you're rich. I got to pause there. I'm not saying that you're rich. I'm just saying that you're not poor. Well, anyways, say what you want to say, but I have to agree with the hood boys here. The government is required to give us our monies. It's our monies. Why are they pocketing our monies? They need to give me my money so I could stay home and not do anything like how they get paid to just show up in parliament. What is this today? Like on the say, don't sell yourself for a promise of a kingdom. Get the kingdom. Friend, basically saying it's our monies. They need to give us our monies. They just go in the treasury and just take $1 million and just dish it out for the next, just dish it out to everybody in the Bahamas. You know what I mean? Just do that. Don't worry. The treasury won't go broke. Don't worry. Just go in the treasury. You know what? Matter of fact, not 1 million. Just go in the treasury and just take $5 million and just give it to the people. And every party that comes in and wins the election need to do that. Just don't pay nothing on the national debt. Don't pay these things. Don't pay the civil servants. Don't pay them. Just take the money and just spread it in the community. Just, matter of fact, to make it even better, you know what we should do? The next government that comes in office, whether it's this one, the yellow one, or the green one, they just need to go in a helicopter with duffel bags and just spread it all over the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and just let everybody just run in the street and grab the dollars. Then everybody will just fight for the dollars. That's what we should do. Because it's our money, so we need to just find ways to spread our monies according to everybody. What will you do with the resources? What about the crown land the government was issuing for farmers? Did the Bahamian people take the initiative? Boy, I know one thing. I ain't farming nothing. I'm not going in no hot sun to farm. I'd be in a hot sun to work, but I wouldn't go in a hot sun to farm to dig no dirt. No, sir. I did construction for a couple of years and that was nice hot sun. That was all right. I'm not going in any dirt. I'd rather be on the roof than in dirt. Poverty. Y'all listen to what she's saying now. What will you do with the natural resources? Are we going to sell them? A lot of people don't even know how to market things or how to price things or how to scale things. So what are we going to do? Some of y'all don't even effing contribute. What the F is your money? I'm trying to figure out now. They ain't even taxpayers. You have to be a taxpayer for it to be considered your money. Yes, it's the people's money, but no, it's actually the taxpayers. The taxpayers. Oh, Lord. Maybe you need to reread the definition of poverty again. If you have the bare minimum essential and can maintain them, how are you poor? I don't know what's happening, but listen, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Let me read. The English language is so important. Jason, you're a smart man. The opposite of rich is poor. There is no in between. If I'm not rich, then I fall under the class of poverty. And I agree with everybody that's saying the government. Why do we go to the why do we go to the polls to just to just what? To just seated them? To just seated them? I think she's trying to say to just seat them. I think so. Let's go with that. To just seat them. We vote for them to do stuff for us, whether it's financially or whatever. We are poor. It is their job to make sure that everybody is wealthy. Why should I go out there fighting to make myself rich when they got the powers? They got the powers in their hand. We stuck on this mindset thing. I don't even think we're gonna get to the reality part tonight. I really want to understand, like, why do we feel like it's the government's job to just dish us out money just to sit on? I just want to understand. I want to understand that part. It seems like a lot of people is of that same sentiment. So maybe somebody can explain that to me, like, why? How is it that? Why do we feel as though? First of all, let's get to the first point. What she said. The first point she said was the English language, the opposite of rich is poor. There's no middle. Listen. A lot of us don't even know what it means to be poor. Saying that we are poor is actually a disgrace and a spit in the face to those people that are poor. Like, we claiming these things, we claiming poverty. We are not poor. We are not poor. And again, I say, the government, that's your right to vote. Now, whatever reason you concoct in your brain or your moral conscience why you vote, then that's on you. You don't have to vote. You don't have to vote. You have a right to vote or not vote. You don't have to vote. And there is something that's called middle class. That's us that are surviving. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if we want to go into economics and the business standpoint or whatever, if y'all could go into these things and some of y'all are college educated people, then y'all should know, how the cycle of life works. I mean, I don't understand, like, why we feel as though the government is so responsible for. I don't understand. Like, it seems like, and a lot of people saying they poor. Like, you're all poor. Like, let me read. I gotta read this definition again. Y'all invite a friend, tell a friend. Let's talk about it. Let's. Oh man, let me read the definition of poverty, man. I gotta read this definition again because it seems. Listen. The definition of poverty is the state of being extremely poor. The state of being inferior in quality or insufficient in amount. And I like this definition that is from Investopedia.com. Poverty is a state or condition in which a person or community lacks the financial resources and essentials for a minimum standard of living. If you have a minimum standard of living, you are not poor. Let's go to my good friend from Trini. Hi, Tracy. Money is energy. You shouldn't keep saying you're poor. It would stop money from flowing to you. That's why a lot of us broke. That's why when we get paid, we can't keep our money because we so convinced that we poor. So we just go right there and we just spend our monies doing whatever, thinking, hey, okay, I'm poor, so let me just go out there and spend my money and be poor. Like, poverty is a serious mindset. I don't want that mindset. Lord, I don't want that. Lashante, they want things, ain't got no money and no job. And get this, they ain't selling pee either. They delusional. Mother sick. Okay, now let me get boy these comments. Jason, I feel that you've been in the system too long until you don't know what's the difference between poor and rich. We all fall under the class of poverty. And yes, it's the government's job to provide the essential needs for us to make it out of poverty. Some of us are barely making $250 a week. We make the minimum $210. What is that? Am I rich with $210 weekly salary? It doesn't make sense what you're saying or what everybody is agreeing on. I can barely put groceries in my house, and y'all want to tell me I'm not poor? Well, please explain to me what is poor, because I feel like I'm poor, and all of us who are talking on this live feed, I feel that we are poor. What is this today? When you say y'all ain't even selling nothing either to make that money. Fran basically saying, if you ain't making enough salary, then you're poor. That's the summary I get. You're making $210. Y'all know the minimum wage on the weekly program for the government and stuff, or the 52 weeks program or whatever. Sweet girl, you ain't poor. You got internet to message me. You got internet to message me, so you're paying your bills. Your internet ain't off. I'm sure it ain't data you got that you message me from. I don't understand. Like, poverty is a mindset. We stuck on point one. We must got to come back tomorrow and deal with point two. Oh boy. Okay, let's go. Real talk, straight. It amazes me how we have become so dependent on the powers that be, like we are slaves. If you don't go out there and get what you want, nobody's going to give you anything. We are not in the slave era. We are not poor. We have everything we need to survive. Poor people are those that have little to nothing. Some people, they can't feed themselves. They can't clothe themselves. They don't have nowhere to sleep and so forth. That's poor. Yes, it's levels to poor, but the majority, yes, it's levels to poor. But the majority of us are not poor. We have to stop acting like we don't have nothing. It's this mindset what is causing this country to be the way it is. Nobody wants to go out there and hustle for what they want. Everybody seems to be dependent. Me, I'm not poor. I've been hustling all my life, and I do what I got to do to get by. That doesn't make me poor. I have a shelter. I have a shelter, food. I can pay my bills. How am I poor? Some people don't have that. I mean, I gotta agree. I have to agree with that right there. That right there, I have to agree with that. Like, these minimum things that we have, some people don't even have them. What are them? Poorer? My gosh. But this is it, y'all. Hold on. This is it. Y'all worrying about benefiting financially from the government instead of applying the pressure to have them make the necessary law changes, because that's one of their many jobs. So you can be paid more and be able to do more financially for yourselves, as well as help the future generation. Facts. March for minimum wage to increase. Instead of waiting on the government to do something for you, I don't apply pressure for that money to go up. Like, come on, man. We still on point one, we haven't even gotten to the reality and the lie. It's a mindset. We have this mindset that we are poor. And because we have this mindset, we just do everything that poor people does. We get paid, we go out and spend all our money, especially around the Christmas time. I've never seen so much poor people shop in my life. Every Christmas, the same people I always see saying, "By poor, I ain't got no money." They be balling on Christmas. I've never seen poor people just magically get money to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on one day. That just overs like this. I mean, it baffles me. Like, you're so poor, but that how is it that you automatically? I mean, I'm not watching your flex or what you do with your funds. I'm just saying, like, the average Joe could find $600-700 to ball on Christmas. Wouldn't even talk about the PS5. Look how many people y'all see that saying that they poor when this PS5 come out. Oh man, you're not poor enough to get a PS5. Hey Jay, good topic. What's poppin', Shelly? All right, let me see. Okay. This is the problem with our society. We lack vision. Oh man. This is the problem with our society. We lack vision. Instead of us focusing on what it takes to get better as an individual, we sit down on our behinds and wait on a handout. When have a handout ever gotten anybody anything? Yes, you are poor. You are poor in your mindset, thinking that things are supposed to come to you magically. Work, work, work. That's what it is. We always claim that we are a Christian nation. Even the Bible said faith without works is dead. And if you're not religious and you don't believe in God, then to get something, you have to work for something. To get what you want, you have to work for it. Why do we feel as though things are supposed to be handed out to us? Can you imagine the government trying to give everybody a stipend just to sit at home? Where does that happen? I've never seen it. Maybe it happens somewhere around the world that has $1 zillion income every year. As for us, we could barely scrape minimum with income taxes, because when y'all go through customs with y'all 30 bags, y'all know the custom officer, y'all don't pay a dime. Yet we are poor. Oh man. With y'all 30 custom bags. And when y'all see y'all nice little customs friends, y'all be like, and they be like, all right. Everyone wants more. Everyone wants to be able to splurge when they feel like, but be real with yourself and be grateful, because a lot of people truly lack it. Facts. Listen, so much people lack it. It ain't funny. Like, we have so much people who really, really, really struggle, and it's just boy, listen, I've never heard so much people say, it's the government's responsibility to give them money. Boy, Honorable Prime Minister, they saying it's your job to give them money. If the government give a stipend, how will the country run? Tracy, maybe you can tell me, because I don't understand. How is it that the government, if every household in the Bahamas takes on this mindset that the government is responsible for just giving them money out of the blue, then what's going to happen to the country? What's going to happen to the country? Let me get out of here, man. We probably got to finish this up tomorrow. We Sonny says, I see why, man. It's so cold. He doesn't see where y'all head is. Yeah, we want the honorable prime minister to just give us monies for not working and not doing anything. That's why we put them there. All right. Oh Lord, there we go. Jason, if it's not the government's job to provide for us, then why are they there? Help me understand the voting process, because I was taught from I was young, when you vote these people in, they got to do something for you. So help me understand what it is the voting for. If I'm voting for these people and they're not doing anything, why am I voting? Oh man, you just voting. Your vote is for who you want to see run the country, or who do you think has the best vision for the country on a whole. I mean, that's why I vote. I vote for who I feel at that particular time has the best vision, or basically the best plan to run the country effectively at that moment or particular time. If I was to go to the voting booth and say, I'm marking my X because this individual is going to provide for me, then I'm going to stay poor. Poor in mindset, that is. Like, y'all crazy, you know. Hi, Nikki. Y'all, I don't understand. We stuck on this poverty mindset thing, you know. All of these comments are just for the mindset. Like, we actually believe that it's the government's job, like, to provide. I mean, we actually believe that. Like, I mean, I thought it was a joke, but I mean, shoots. Okay. Let me read this comment. You know why Minutes gonna get voted? It's the Honorable Prime Minister. Y'all need to put some respect on the Prime Minister name. You know, y'all need to respect the office of the Prime Minister. Do you know why the Prime Minister is gonna get voted out? Because he didn't do nothing for us. He didn't do nothing for us. What did he do for you, Jason? Did he do anything for you? We are still poor and we are still broke. They did not do anything for us. That's why that's why the Honorable Prime Minister is getting vote out, because he's not doing anything for us. That's my 5 cents. I was poor when I voted for them, and I'm still poor now. They didn't change nothing. They didn't change nothing about my current position. And everybody feels the same way about the Prime Minister's administration. They didn't do nothing for us. We are still poor. We are still broke. We are still hungry. That's why we're going to vote for who's going to do something for us. I am poor, and that's how I feel, and that's what I know. Until they start doing stuff for us, I'm going to remain poor. That's just how it is. Now, y'all, if that's the mentality that y'all take into these polls, then I don't know what to say. Like, anyway, that message spoke for itself. I don't even know what to say. Not we. Vous parlez français? Bruh. I probably need to do a poll, you know. I think we need to do a gray area podcast where we ask the people, why are they voting the way they're voting the next election? because everybody's basically saying that because this administration didn't do anything for them and that they're still poor and broke. I just have one question. It's rhetorical. Whichever administration comes into power, what are they going to give you that can stop you from permanently being poor then? Since everybody's saying it's their job to not make you, to help you not to be poor, what are they going to give you permanently to stop you from being poor? Because if you're working, y'all still class yourself as poor. Because if you figure the money that you're making ain't enough, so you're still poor. It's been a long day, people. It's been a long day. So, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into the Gray Area Podcast, where we talk about situations and things that are rarely even talked about. Hopefully, we can continue this discussion tomorrow. As y'all can see, tonight's topic was poverty, a mindset. We stuck on mindset because all these WhatsApp messages, as y'all see, if I didn't get to read your WhatsApp message tonight, I'm sorry. Y'all need to learn how to post it on Facebook. But I'm sorry because there was a lot of people messaging, and then I know where a lot of people going, and I don't want to, But I mean, the majority of those that message have the same ideals, or I don't know, thought process on how government's supposed to work. They are still poor. We have to get real. Cost of living in our country is expensive. Manage your patience and create legal unions that allow you to pool resources, share an apartment, choose wisely, and accrue wealth. I love this advice. Like we don't even know how to help each other out of slump. We go there and listen, let's keep it real, right? Yes, the cost of living is so high. I understand. The cost of living is high. It's very high, right? But this is for people that identify as poor, right? You consider yourself poor, but yet you want to get an apartment that is like $1,500, $1,200 to $1,500. It's only you. And you just want to get an apartment so you could just feel, I guess, comfortable. When you basically stretching your salary. I mean, keep creating and building wealth until you have the option to stand alone. Let's get real and have reasonable expectations. Keep creating and building wealth until you have the option to stand alone. Let's get real and have reasonable expectations. Poverty, is it a mindset? Is it a reality? Or is it a lie? Thank y'all for tuning into the Gray Area Podcast. Thank you for your time. Y'all know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe if you watch this video or if you watch this YouTube channel. Y'all know what to do. Just copy that link, share it, post it on your wall so we can have more discussions. Hopefully we can do a part 2 because, boy, listen here. It's so sad to see that we have a lot of people who are of the mindset that they are poor. I'm out, y'all. I'm out. Thank y'all for the support.